I'm back. So welcome back to my To Lease Do Us Part recaps. We only have 2 more to go, and after you're done watching this one more to go. That's math. I'm excited to finally finish up these recaps of this awesome web series. Episode 5 should be called Little Lesbians' Hearts Break Everywhere. Do you hear it? Do you hear them breaking? This video was how their relationship ended. Kind of everything that built up to it. It starts off really happy, and it basically has the girls, and they just moved into this place. Like it's move-in day. They like open the door and they're like, "Fuck yeah, we have an awesome apartment. We have an awesome relationship." And it's only been like 2 weeks we've known each other. The lesbians move fast, whatever, and they're just really happy. And Shannon like carries Meek into the apartment, and she's like, "Oh, how hetero!" And yeah, so it's just really cute. So then in the next scene, you kind of like hear these like giggles, and the camera shows the 2 of them coming out of the blankets. And so they're like, "Oh, morning sex is just the best." They're trying to decide like what's better, like morning sex or like shower sex, and they're just, they're in the honeymoon phase and they can't get enough of each other, and it's just, really cute and sweet. But then it takes a turn for the worst, and the breaking of your heart just starts. Meek like left her clothes laying all around, and it kind of is bothering Shannon. She's just like, "I just don't know why you can't just like do laundry now since you're home. Like just do it." And Meek's like, "Shh, I'll do it later, blah blah blah." And so it starts off simple with that, and then in the next scene it shows Shannon on the phone and Meek is apparently out, and she's just like, "Hey, I just really wish you would have texted me telling me where you're at, letting me know you were okay. Like you just had to text me, you didn't even have to call me." And she's just being worried. Mika's just like shrugging it off and saying that she's just being paranoid that she's cheating, and how she's offended that she would think she's cheating, and how she's being biphobic, which is funny because it's not what you think. Oh, a lesbian in a relationship with bisexual, but no, they had to be witty and added the fact that she is not afraid of bicycles. That was a good like comedic little relief. Like the line was a good relief from kind of the heavier side that was coming on. So good job on the writing there, Adriana. And so she's like, "I'm not afraid of bikes." Basically, she's just upset, and she hangs up the phone. And then the final scene, it's both girls in the apartment. Mika is going to leave for a little bit just to kind of like calm down and like gain some perspective and like come back and then be the girlfriend she needs to be. But Shannon's not buying that, and she's just like, "Listen, if you leave, we're done. Like if you walk out that door, it's not like you can just come back and everything's fine 3 weeks later. Like we're done." There's just like this long like silence between them. Mika like starts off the scene just kind of like very and like kind of silly, but then by the end she like loses that side of her and she just like walks out. And Shannon kind of waits, runs to the door, like out of something out of the movie, like like you expect to like run to the door and you're hoping that she's gonna look through that peek hole and see that Mika really didn't leave, and she's gonna open the door and they're gonna kiss and make up and it's all gonna be happy. But it's not. And that's the part that makes your little lesbian heart break. She looks through the peephole and she actually left. And so she just locks the door, turns around, sighs, and your eyes fill with so much, is filled with so many tears. And it ends like that. And you're like, whoa. So that's how they broke up. And it's just intense and really well done though. The cool thing about this episode is that it was all shot in one take. Go watch it just for that. Maybe I'm just geeking out over it more because I I'm a film student myself, and so I know how hard that is on a technical standpoint, and like working with actors and like getting everything right for that. But I feel like even if you're not super into like the technical side of film, you can still be impressed by like what they did. These are what, 5 or 6 scenes all done in one space in one continuous shot, and yet it tells 6 different stories that seem to take place at 6 different times. So like, I don't know whose idea it was to do that, but it was a really good idea because it showed your filmmaking skills and you executed it so well. Like it was really well done, and I like bow down to you for being able to do that. Also, just to give you an idea of how awesome the series is, if you haven't doubted the awesomeness of it from how many times I've said the word awesome, my best friend Randy, who is straight, she said, okay, I'll go check out this series. And so she goes and she watches the first one, and she told me that she was just like, this is kind of silly, like, why does Amber like this so much? I mean, I guess it's cute, whatever. But then she found herself watching the second one, and then the third one, and she watched the entire series in one night, and she laughed and she cried just as much as I did. I just wanted to throw that fact out there, that, you know, it's called the Gay Women's Channel, but I feel like it's one of those channels, and especially the show, that like gay, straight, or anything in between can enjoy. Good videos are good videos, period. Next week is my last recap of this series, Till Lease to Us Part, on the Gay Women's Channel. You should check it out if you haven't already. Tune in next week, guys.
That's all, folks.